can never ever be put off. Because what's happening now...
Welcome back to the channel, guys. We're back to another protest at Crackheads Gardens. Let's see what happens.
And forever and ever and ever, we have to fight, we have to turn up, we have to never ever give in, because the Palestinians are still standing now. And they have been told to leave Gaza City for an 8th, 9th time, and they are saying we're staying put now. They've seen their kids die, they've seen their families die. You saw a football game of kids just get bombed a few days ago. You saw another huge massacre of Masraoui. You've just seen 20,000 children murdered. 20,000 children murdered in 9 months. 20,000 children, imagine your children taken away from you just like that. You can't speak to them again, you can't interact with them again, you can't touch them again, ever, they're gone, your family members are gone, forever. 20,000 children Israel's killed in front of the watching world live. Shame on them, 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 shame on them. We have to be the voice. When the media cowers and they go quiet, we have to be the voice. You have to tell everyone to keep coming out. You have to stand, because all throughout history, governments have done nothing even worse. They're arming Israel. We have to get in the way. It's the only thing that's won, and we always have won when you keep coming out and taking action. Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free!
This week just gone has been a week of grim milestones. This genocide that has left us helplessly bearing witness to the slaughter of babies, women, children and men has entered its 10th month with no end in sight. This week, as my friend just referenced before me, also marked 10 years since the brutal 6-week bombardment and invasion of Gaza in 2014, a murderous campaign that left more than 2,200 Palestinians executed, including more than 550 children. Back in 2014, in that brutal horror, 1/3 of the population of Gaza was displaced by Zionist aggression. 10 years on, more than 90% have been displaced, the overwhelming majority of whom more than once. This week, the occupation forces gave evacuation orders to Palestinians in northern Gaza, leaving families with the horrific choice between staying in an active combat zone or moving somewhere that's already desperately overcrowded, dangerous and unfit for human existence. It's clear for all to see that the occupier seeks to depopulate Gaza City and permanently displace its residents while the world sits idly by. The evacuation order forces the depopulation of 13 health facilities, including 2 hospitals. These were health centres that were able to provide at least some degree of care to their patients despite being starved of fuel and basic medical equipment. But the Zionist state could care less that many of their patients won't even survive the onward march to neighbouring overcrowded and undersupplied facilities. 3 hospitals have become non-functional since the beginning of this month alone, leaving only 13 out of the 36 hospitals in Gaza partially functional according to the UN. It's a sad irony that in the same week that Western elites and media found the moral clarity to condemn Russia for striking the Ukrainian hospital, those elites had nothing to say on the dismembering of Gaza's entire medical infrastructure, which is already buckling under the weight of a siege which prevents the import of vital components, a medical infrastructure already buckling under the weight of a rapidly growing population, and a medical infrastructure that hadn't even recovered from the destruction of 2014. One massacre just blurs into the next. This week I had to witness a group of children sheltering in a school in Khan Yunis, enjoying a game of football, before their brief moment of normality was violently disturbed by an airstrike that killed at least 29 people. Can you imagine how you would feel if on a nice day in the sunshine it was your children? If you had to grapple with hearing your children's laughter converted into screams in an instant? And last Saturday, not long after we stood in this very spot, relaxing and enjoying our freedom, each other's company, the occupation bombed a United Nations run school in Nusayrat, killing at least 16 people who were sheltering. A United Nations run school in Nusayrat, killing at least 16 people in a facility that was being used as a shelter for at least 2,000 people. 2,000 people whose homes have been snatched away from them. The Euromed Human Rights Monitor described the strikes as a deliberate policy intended to prevent security across the entire Gaza Strip, and deny displaced Palestinians stability or shelter, even if that shelter is only temporary. And whilst American lawmakers work to make it illegal for the US government to cite the number of dead Palestinians reported by the Gaza Health Ministry, this week we saw the Lancet Medical Journal report and assess that more than 186 deaths may ultimately be attributed to this genocide, owing not only to the bombardment, but the starvation and the preventable diseases that are spreading across the Strip due to the Zionist enforced destruction of Gaza's medical health infrastructure. That would amount to almost 10% of Gaza's entire population, a population where more than half are children under the age of 18. And as all eyes are rightly on Gaza, the situation in the West Bank only deteriorates as the occupier intensifies its campaign of settler colonialism. Since the 7th of October, Zionist forces have destroyed over 1,000 properties across the West Bank, displacing over 2,250 people. According to the United Nations, the occupation's military has killed 536 Palestinians since the onset of this genocide. We've seen the rate of home demolitions almost double in places in occupied Jerusalem, all as world leaders like Keir Starmer robotically proclaim support for a two-state solution as more and more land is swept from under the feet of the Palestinians. As I stand here today and recount the horrors that our brothers and sisters in Palestine are living through, what gives me strength is the sight of two young boys risking their lives under sniper fire to retrieve the body of their fallen countryman so that his body wouldn't be left to rot in the open. What gives me strength are the young Palestinian children who speak defiantly on how they will never leave their land or homes, no matter how tightly the Zionist entity wraps the noose of genocide around their necks. What gives me strength is
Wembley! Alright, how you doing? You alright?
Yeah, good mate, you?
Got any good content to the workplace?
Oh no, yeah, I never on video.
Content gold. Yeah, we come said you were there. Well, there's Brian May. Brian May from Wish.
Old man Palestine. I call him Old man Palestine. I think Charlie Reed's called him Old man River.
Has he been here, Charlie?
I haven't seen him.
I've not seen him at a protest for ages. Maybe he's not got his bodyguard.
I think the bodyguard. I think he got too rough for the bodyguard as well, to be fair.
Maybe he thinks it's too dangerous for him now.
I think Manchester could be at some time.
Well, this particular area is just dangerous. But I mean, last week I was going there to get a taxi because I lost traffic on, and I was out with my mate. Walking past it three times, I got asked if I wanted to buy cocaine in the Casa Gardens. No coppers about at all. Well, the last one, I pretended to be a copper and I said, yeah, right, go, yeah, he's asked me, yeah, make the arrest. And I said, right, you're detained now, and fucking ran off.
Yeah, I think at the beginning they're quite quiet, aren't they? Do you know what I mean?
I've not seen the cosplayers for a bit. Did they have the cosplayers last week? Or the week before? You know, the normal ones who hang around following the YouTubers.
Yeah,
Right. Might get some footage of them. They deserve to be wound up. Have you got your mask with you today? Have you seen Aaron?
Yeah, I seen him somewhere.
Is he here?
Somewhere, man. He was over there last time I seen him.
I'm going to sort him out with a coffee.
Oh yeah.
And he's buy me a coffee bean.
Yeah.
I always thought that was just you were paying to buy someone a coffee. He explained it on the video the other day. Oh, I don't like him either, actually, mate.
See about Charlie and that?
That's right. You can see him when he always directs him. You cover him, you cover him, you cover him.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go wait for the camera. It's on the video and said wait for the camera. Oh, there's Ironside.
Yeah, but Ironside.
I'm what?
Having a go at artistics.
Will they? Yeah. I pointed the camera to the ground when I walked past him just so he wouldn't kick off. I went, all right, and he said nothing.
How do you fight back against somebody who has guns to your head?
Gentlemen, can you all smile? This lady wants to take a photograph. Thank you.
Why do you want a photograph of someone you don't know?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Did you get the good side? Then you won't mind if I zoomed in on your face then, will you? There we go.
Yeah, why not?
Let's have a zoom in on you then, love. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, she's hiding that one. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can't get one.
Yeah.
Got a picture of that one there.
Yeah. What's he going to do with that?
I know.
I don't care if anyone takes my picture. I'm on social media anyway.
Yeah.
No, me. Was anything.
It gets me when they do the Barclays, they use the orange paint, so they somehow interlink with Just Stop Oil or something.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Makes you wonder.
Yeah, doesn't it?
So we'll sub you out to do our work for us.
Doing it all the backwards.
And
when they say to you, stop your mask.
Yeah, I don't get that. They criticise for other people wearing masks when they're bloody looking like a bloody Hamas terrorist.
And even confidence, all of this.
What do you mean, follow your own YouTube?
No.
So if they can resist, we can still show up every week for chants. We should say 1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state.
There's the man, shouting on the wheelies over there.
Occupation no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I recognise her there with the cap on. She's one of the ones who always bothers you.
Today touches upon the ICC, as some of you may be aware, a few weeks ago, Karim Khan, the prosecutor with the ICC, the International Criminal Court, announced that he's seeking a warrant for the arrest of Israel's so-called Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu.
Someone went round with one of the things shaking there to collect him for money.
Oh, yeah.
And said, sorry, I don't fund terrorism.
Thank you. Something I will start with the ladies from Palestine who need to know. Amy was up on the roof of Albert in Old London. And where is Albert in Old London? It's gone! But we are still trying to shut down the other Alberts in this country. And on Tuesday at the end of this month, there is a truth.
I agree with what I know. It's a very complex situation, but I have also family in Israel that had to leave their homes. It's very complex. I'm here supporting, but like they say, Israel is a terrorist state. That's my
the way I see it is that innocent people died on both sides.
Yeah, exactly. My family had to leave Israel, but I still support. I don't agree with it, but Israel is a terrorist state.
I don't agree with Netanyahu.
I don't
agree with Hamas.
But my family are from it. They've had to leave their homes in Israel.
Nice to meet you, love.
Right, what's right? None of it's right.
Well, we just want peace everywhere, don't we?
When I say Israel is a terrorist state, they've had to leave their homes, but my family, my great auntie, my grandma's sister, she's a Jewish background, my dad's Somalian. I don't like what's going on, but
you know, when you got mixed ties like that, it's difficult, isn't it?
That's my heritage.
Yeah.
You've got a right to say that, man.
If you've got that mixed ties, it must be hard.
20,000 children are missing. There's another 1,000 dead in the West Bank.
Yeah, I mean, whatever's happening over there is terrible. I'm not saying they're lying or anything. I mean, Israel have gone beyond defence now. They have, because they won't let Westerns reported in, and then they bombed through aid workers from Britain. So there's something going on, but I just don't like the way these lot behave sometimes, you know, and they behave in a strange manner, which is, you know, if you want peace, don't behave in a hostile way. Yeah, that's the way I see it. I'm going to look at everybody's shoes and see who's got orange paint on them. I told the police about that when seen that. I said exactly the same colour. I said I bet he was one of them.
To kill women, to kill children, have been instructed to do anything that moves because they're regarded as not human. They're regarded as animals. And the soldiers are reported to
sometimes I think the police don't want to do the job sometimes, they just want the peaceful life.
This is not just
you can get your bloody house broken into and burgled. You won't see a copper for like 3 or 4 days. Tell them you've got a man with a camera outside your house, they'll be there in 5 minutes.
And these murderers should be in the criminal court. So what is our government doing?
It's not about the government.
It's worse than nothing. The US government continues to send bombs to Israel. It's just announced this week that it's sending 500-ton bombs. And it's sending that because it didn't want to send the 2,000-pound bombs because that was regarded as too much. This is pathetic. If you give Israel bombs, they're going to use them. They're going to go on bombing. That's it. Biden can remember who he's telling that he's giving the bombs to. But who is truly demented in our world? Is it not the world leaders who are all rearming themselves, who are sending more billions to NATO, who are creating wars and environmental destruction across the world? They're the people who are demented, and it is us who have got to hold them to account and stand up to them. And in this country, it's a problem, you see, for the US and the UK. They've got these institutions that they created, that they're institutions of the rules-based order. The UN, the UK, the US, the ICC, the International Criminal Court and the International Court of Justice. All these were there to try, in their terms, to keep peace in the world, to keep world order. Well, they were designed for themselves. They didn't expect that they'd have to be picking on one of their own. 47 of the 50 people who have been accused in the International Criminal Court are African. 47 out of 50 are African. So when, eventually, South Africa has the courage to take Israel to the International Court of Justice, we should be applauding South Africa. Nelson Mandela's grandson Mandela is hoping to be speaking in Manchester in September, and I hope we will give him a very good show and say that we want a free South Africa as well as a free Palestine, just as his grandfather said. But when the International Criminal Justice Court said that Israel plausibly had committed genocide, the Israelis are going, you can't do that to us. We're one of you, we're in line with the US and the UK. And then the International Criminal Court said that Netanyahu and Gallant, the Israeli leaders, are criminals. War criminals and they are arrested.
It's facing that way, mate. Don't start on me.
As that criminal, because that is what the ICC said. But
I've got pointed at you once, mate. I'm here for the protest, not you.
To put in a submission to the International Criminal Court that their ruling was wrong.
I'm filming the protest. I'm not interested in any of you. I'm filming the protest. You're not. I'm not. If I'm pointing it on, I apologise. I'm trying to get the protest.
Make a final submission to why
I'm getting the protest wrong.
Well, something happened in this country.
I'm not pointing it strictly at you, but I'm there for the protest.
So you would have expected, in the middle of June, that somebody expecting to get into government would have said to the Foreign Office.
I'm not putting it in your face. I'm here. I'm moving to the side.
Now, you know, there's all these lawyers screaming away inside the Foreign Office trying to make a submission to the ICC.
I'm pointing it that way. It's not on me now.
The Foreign Office says we're proceeding with the submission.
I'll go over there, love, just for you, right?
You might have expected that a new government coming in.
That's not where we like, mate.
We're not going to make this submission.
You carry on, you will be on camera.
We won't.
Yeah. What did I say to you?
So in the Guardian, this last couple of days, I'm not recommending the Guardian necessarily to people, but it's worth you seeing this article from Jeffrey Robertson, who's a tech lawyer, who's in the same lawyer's chambers that Keir Starmer was in some years ago. And he basically said that Israel's argument does not have any.
What did you do about your Big Mac, didn't I?
You mentioned carrying out independent.
And I said to you, if you don't want to be filmed, don't go up to the camera and help it out.
Meanwhile,
and I've not filmed you once.
You filmed me!
I haven't, I was filming that.
Lying!
Still.
If I forgot you, that's accidental.
Remove it!
It's on the floor, I'm not even pointing at you.
Remove it!
Look where it's pointed.
Deadline for making
Now it is!
Yeah.
Yes.
But I hit it above like that.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I did.
Convoluted a bit more.
I'm not here to have any grief with you guys.
Because everybody here should be
You came to me.
MP that got elected.
You came up to me, love. You came up to me, love.
To stop work on this submission to let the war criminals off. That's all you have to say.
She's a crackhead, that's why.
I wouldn't get involved with that for
The only reason they don't want to be on cameras because they go thieving in the market, in the handout. They go nicking, and once they're on YouTube all the time, they get recognised when they go in the handout. Anyway, I'm going to go around where there's some coppers.
The former head of the Chamber with the Prime Minister was in. What Jeffrey Robertson said then.
You've got your crackheads bloody kicking off at people over there. Ironside in the wheelchair and that woman there in the purple.
If the argument adopted by the UK is correct, there would be nothing to stop the Israeli Defence Forces lining up Palestinian children and executing them point blank. There would be no accountability for any crime against humanity they might commit. Now that's the legal opinion that we should be supporting, and that is why I urge everybody here to make a noise about the International Criminal Court, to say, arrest these war criminals, and say to our government, if you do not arrest these war criminals, if you do not stop arming Israel, then you are complicit in this genocide too.
We're here today to show that we will not be silenced. We refuse to be silenced. As mentioned before, we are the anti-colonial antidote to the poison of the Zionist regime, and we will keep coming out, we will keep showing up until we witness the freedom of Palestine from the river to the sea. This is when we use words like the uprising. This is when we use words like the Palmer, which means resistance. This is when we use words like Hurriyah, which means freedom. These are promises to the Palestinian people. And we will continue to resist.
There we go, guys. We've got the legend of Looking Glass. How are you doing, Aaron?
Fantastic.
I just had the right argument with fucking Ironside and some guy at Crackheads, that girl, he was round there before. I said, the camera's pointing at the ground. Fuck off, I'm here for the protest, not you. I said, you're not fucking important.
We charge you with genocide!
We charge you with genocide!
We charge you with genocide!
We charge you with genocide! Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Stop the genocide!
Stop the genocide!
Stop the genocide!
Stop the genocide!
Decolonize!
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 Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Decolonize! Decolonize!
Dry mate from Wick.
Justice, you say. We want justice, you say. Stop bombing Gaza now. We want justice, you say. Stop bombing Gaza now. We want justice, you say. End the occupation now. We want justice, you say. We want justice, you say. Israel.